Hey there YouTube, welcome back to another painting update. Again, black powder orientated. Haven't really been doing that much painting the last couple of weeks, but I have managed to complete one thing, and I'll bring those guys on now. You seem to remember me saying in my last video that I had the second sort of half of my Perry's French hanging around, which I've been wanting to do for a while, and I've finally managed to get round to priming them and finishing them off, and I think they turned out pretty cool. I'll just bring them in first of all. I went for a slightly different basing style on these guys. We'll start off with, just bring them into shot a little bit better, there we go. Zoom in a little bit. There we go, there we go. Right. Yeah, so this is the 88th. Now I do actually have one more French flag hanging around, but I've now, at this particular point, run out of French infantry. So I will be planning on getting I haven't really decided whether to get another box of Perry's or to just pick up a Warlord box, just because like it makes a complete regiment, or a complete battalion rather. But that'll be for the future, because the chances are that I probably do want to make another couple of battalions, so it wouldn't be too bad of an idea just to pick up another box of Perry's, because I've still got a fair few French hanging around from my Warlord starter set still, so I might be able to pull off another 2 battalion from one box job again, which if I manage to, I'll be very, very pleased about. Although I think I might have problems with Grenadiers. But anyway, that's for another day. Let's start bringing you in on these boys. Again, like I said, this is the second half of a Perry's box set with added Warlord guys, and straight away you can see 3 Warlord guys mixed in with 1 Perry's guy. And the reason why I decided to do that was because the Perry's guys are just a little bit of a smaller profile compared to the Warlord boys. So I thought, well, assuming these guys are sort of like quite tall and beefy, they'll make perfect Grenadiers, because obviously a lot of Grenadiers were chosen because they were big and beefy, so they kind of fit in quite well. And again, I really do quite like the Warlords, because they are quite easy to paint. So obviously this stand here, all being in long coats, including the Perry's guy, all painted up pretty fast. And I was pretty chuffed with the way they came out in the end. So I think the old Warlord guys fit in quite well with the old Perry's. They did with the British as well, because I did a similar sort of thing. I made the 2 battalions out of 1 box by using leftover Warlord guys from my starter set. So here we have the Voltiers. I decided to go for an all yellow on these boys this time, instead of mixing a bit of green like I normally do. And you can see that again, I've been mixing it up with the backpacks this time. I decided to go for some different shades of backpack. I think I've got like maybe 3 or 4 different shades mixed in within this battalion. But you can see for the Voltiers, I decided to go for 3 unlongated guys, and just the 1 there with the long coat. So that's the Voltiers. Now going into the normal infantry. So again, just trying to sort of mix it up, you know, long coats and normal. see I got another Warlord guy mixed in. Actually, this guy's not a Warlord guy, he's actually got a Warlord backpack. With the old onions on. I decided to, when I was sticking backpacks on, I had such a mix-up of backpacks. I was trying so hard to try and, you know, keep the ones with long coats and the ones without long coats, making sure that they've got, you know, like this guy here for instance with a no long coat on, make sure that he's got a backpack that's got it tied to the back. That I actually mixed this Warlord base in with the ones that I sort of pre-painted, ready to put on, and the only ones I had left were ones that were unpainted. And by this point I was absolutely sick to death of painting backpacks, because the way that I paint these guys is I sort of do the base colours of the basic infantry, right up to the point where, you know, basically the whole base coat of the basic figure's done, and then I do the backpacks. So at this point, and I did them in 2 batches of 12, so I think it was my second batch of 12, I just literally got down to, like, I think it was literally, it could have actually been like the second to last guy or something like that, and then I found out that I miscounted the amount of Warlord guys I had in the unit, and had like no painted. All the other backpacks were like, they weren't even like, didn't have any paint on them at all basically, and I just couldn't be bothered to go back and paint another backpack because I was so sick of them. So I thought, well, I'll just cut the little nipple off and just stick it to the back of it. It's not enough, but it worked out okay, and it fitted them okay, so that was good. Right, so let's continue on. So yeah, funnily enough, these guys again didn't show you them probably. So yeah, so we got the one basic guy there and 3 guys with overcoats. Of course, the onion. So let's just get that guy out of the way. And the second, this is sort of swaps it around. So you've got the one guy with a long coat. Now this guy here, I believe, is Warlord. I can kind of tell by his face. And then the 3 other guys on the base are obviously Parries. And let's see what sort of backpacks we got on these guys. These guys have all got red leather by the looks of it. Yeah. So that's him, or that company. And then the drummer stand. You can see that I was sort of talking about the base. So I've done it so that they're crossing a sort of a really muddy field, and it's and the grass is like all being trampled down. So it's like a mixture of open ground with like just these tufts of like sodden grass, and these sort of like drowned out like grass tufts with the odd sort of vibrant outcrop of flowers popping up here and there. So here we go, we've got the drummer. This is obviously the plastic drummer from the Parries command set, and you can see that he's actually got a different coloured backpack. So is that guy there, and we've got a guy with a loaf of bread on the back there. So that's those guys. And then finally the command. Now these guys, the actual standard itself was causing me some major problems in the old command stand. The Parries pole is ridiculously small. So small, in fact, that I'm quite used to my British flags not fitting, but to actually have a French flag not fitting really kind of took me by surprise. So in the end, I had to basically botch up a standard out of basically half, just over half of this is, well, I'd say just to above the guy's hand is the actual Parries standard, and below that is actually a cocktail stick. and it's sort of plastic putty stroke super glued on, and I have to be really careful because literally any sort of hard bang and off it snaps again. So I may well have to do something about that in the future, but for now I'm quite happy with it. It makes, you know, it looks nice on the old flagpole, the old Perry's eagle there with the old tied in a bow ribbon on the flag. That's kind of cool. So I was complaining about the Brits not having their. Actually, they were on the plastic ones. It was the metal ones that didn't have them. The old flag plumes, whatever they're called. So you can see that you've got the plastic eagle bearer, and then this colonel here with the sort of the wounded head wound is from the French officers pack. I thought he looked quite stout and heroic. Then we've got an infantryman in the background, and then a second in command, or the lieutenant, in the background there, following up. Another character from the Perry's officer pack. And some backpacks, we've got a different design there. Yeah. So that is the 88th, which of course are, zap this up, again obviously part of 3rd Corps and 1st Brigade. So there you go. Okay, that's all I've really got to show you paint wise. I mean, I have been sort of in between painting spells, sort of painting up some of the miniatures for Core Space, but I won't bother sort of showing you those guys. But other than that, I've just been sort of milling around, you know. I haven't really been doing much at all, really. I've kind of, you know, I'm sort of enjoying not being ill for a change, even though I have actually had a spell of sort of semi-blowing my right knee out again, which, but luckily it was only sort of a minor version of it, so it only lasted sort of like 2 or 3 days. But other than that, I've actually kind of been quite healthy, which is you know, touching wood, quite a rare thing. So I'm going to cut it here. Quite a short video. I will catch you in the next one in a couple of weeks' time, no doubt. And looking at my sort of dwindling Napoleonics now, I literally have the brigade commanders, the chasseurs de cheval, and a battery of my Victrix British. So one of those things is certainly going to be sort of making an appearance. What it's kind of unknown, but yeah. So I'll catch you all next time. I'm sort of watching all your videos and enjoying them, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.